You know, it's 4 years since the pandemic started, and while we no longer are quarantining from the world, the pandemic really changed about how we think about life, how we live it, what to spend our money on. And according to new stats, people are spending more on concerts, sporting events, and booking lavish vacations as we take a live look at Metro Airport. It's that you only live once feeling, YOLO, and that's translating into big spending on travel. So joining me now is David Fishman with Cadillac Travel. David, it's great to see you. You know, you're the first person I thought of when I was reading this article last week in the Washington Post that had all of these stats about the changing, the changing travel that we're doing. And so I wanted to just kind of get your perspective on when people are calling up now to book, are they saying, look, why am I saving for a rainy day? Let's just go ahead and have the experiences now.
Well, absolutely. I mean, when you lock people up for 2 years and pretty much between not being able to travel and then the fear of travel, and they realize what they're missing. They were all streaming, they were all working out, they were all working. They were able to do everything but have that human interaction and have those experiences, which is what it's all about in life, is having those travel experiences and seeing different places and meeting different people and having those different cultures. And it has just exploded. It started towards the middle to the end of 2022, and it's just been going rampant. I mean, travel to Europe last year was up 30%, continues to be on that pattern this year. And they're going to more unique and bucket list dream vacation places because they don't know when they're going to be locked up again. Hopefully it won't happen, but people are definitely concerned about that.
Yeah, it's kind of changed our mindset a little bit. And I want to throw out some of the numbers that we were able to get from this article that I'm talking about. So international travel, and you said it, live entertainment surged roughly 30% last year, the spending on that, which is 5 times the rate of overall spending growth. So tell me, David, where are people going?
Well, they're like I said, they're pretty much going everywhere. They're starting to, you always say, I'm going to go to Australia. I'm going to go on that safari. I'm going to go to Galapagos Island. I'm going to go there around the world cruise. And what we're seeing is we're seeing all that. In particular, yes, there's a ton of travel to Europe. People are trying to find other places in Europe that they haven't been to. Portugal has been really hot. You're seeing people go. Italy was off the charts. You couldn't even go there practically last year. It was so filled up. People are also planning ahead into 2025 and 2026 even to make sure that they can go on these trips. But it's almost a worldwide type of situation depending on what that dream trip is, what they always wanted to do, and they're doing. And what they're also realizing is that they're going on a lot of small trips too. They're going to travel more during the year because they know that they want to do it, they save for it. And there's still a considerable amount of money sitting in the bank for people that couldn't spend some of that money during COVID. So that money's being spent as well as going all over the world.
Yeah, you bring up a really great point because it seems to me, and people that I end up talking to, or, you see the volume of people who are out and about, that this travel is also a lot of luxury travel. It's the premium experiences that people are saying, I'm not going to wait, I'm not going coach anymore. What are the perks, the upgrades, and the luxury experiences that like 80% of the people are expecting to have?
Well, that's interesting because, I've been having a lot of conversations with people and I go, your kids will be traveling first class. So it really changes the perspective on, saying, you know what, I just had the conversation this morning with someone who goes, you know what, I've never been there. I want to do it right. And I want to do it with luxury. I want to travel business class, first class. I want to have those flatbed seats. I want to stay in the nicest hotels. I want to go on the nice tours. I want to go on the cruise and take the bigger cabin or the bigger room at the hotels. We're seeing a lot of that where people are saying, well, I used to do it this way, but now I'm going to do it much more luxury, much more upscale because I deserve it. And what am I going to do? Take it with me? So, and then what you're also finding is the Gen Z and that group, the 20s and 30s, they're not saving money even for houses or even cars. They'll Uber, they'll have apartments. They're saving money for their experiences, and they're starting to spend more money on the luxury and travel experiences because they want that great selfie in the greatest places of the world, whether it be the Maldives or the Fijis or Bora Bora or someplace in France, like Eiffel Tower or those type of things. They want the selfies, so
yeah.
they had this experience. So you have that combination, which has really fueled a huge push in travel across the board.
Yeah, my last question for you, David, also is combining experiences too. Like instead of spending thousands of dollars on a Taylor Swift ticket here in the U.S., go spend it over when she's performing in Paris, or when, or other things, combining those big experiences with travel too.
It's funny. You hit the nail right in the head, because I had a client that wanted to take his daughter and couldn't get in here. They couldn't get any of these different places. So he's taking her to see Taylor Swift in Dublin. So he's combining those two experiences. They really always wanted to go to Ireland. And so they have the two experiences. They have that amazing experience of seeing Taylor Swift in Dublin, and also seeing an amazing, going to Ireland and having that experience. So yes, you're having combined experiences. Of another friend of mine is going to Milan to see Bruce Springsteen. So they're combining experiences, and it's really unique, and it's a lot of fun, because it makes that time that you're going to see that artist that you always loved, and changing it to a whole nother level, which is awesome.
Oh my gosh, that sounds awesome. Book me for the Taylor Swift Ireland trip, will you please, David? We really appreciate it. Okay. David Fishman from Cadillac Travel. Appreciate your time. Thanks so much.
Thanks, Chris. Nice to see you.
Okay, good to see you too.